everyone, and welcome to another edition of Loving a Broken Heart. It has been a while. I am confused. How do we start this?
Well, the purpose of this video is we wanted to tell our story, our love story.
Yes.
Because we realized that we had not done that yet. And
all these videos, we haven't done it yet.
A really good season to do that. Why?
Why? I'll tell you why. The date of this recording is March 31st, 2020. 20 years ago, so March of 2000, Jenny and I met. And so we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about our story. We will not be telling you 20 years worth of stories. We don't have time for that. But we wanted to kind of give you kind of the Spark Notes version of our love story and what the Lord has done for us. Yes, I am. Class was long today.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay. So, do you want to start this one off, honey?
No.
No, okay. Well, she just wants to start off. Okay, I guess it's up to me. All right, so we met back in March of 2000, and the way we met is a bit unique, especially for kiddos of this day and age. This is going to kind of fly over your head. But for those of us who are about our age, you may remember a little program by the name of America Online. Rest in peace, AOL. America Online used to have chat rooms, which was this phenomenal idea where you take a bunch of strangers and you lump them in a digital chat room, and then you could just talk. What could possibly go wrong, right? And so we were in random chat room 25. 25
is my favorite number.
It is indeed.
So that's why I went into that one.
That's just the one I was placed in. So, sorry.
You had a choice. You could pick.
Yeah, but I think I just put random, and then it just put me in that one. Because you could do that too. So, that being said, so we were in random chat room 25, and when you went in the chat room, you know, people will be like, okay, post how old you are and where you're from. People could lie, of course, but, you know, at the time we were like, whatever. And I was just scrolling through different profiles because they have a list of who's in there, your different screen names, and if you clicked on them, then it would show this very, very simple HTML page where you could type up some information about yourself, whatever you wanted. Blank page. Go nuts! And so I was looking through and I saw that for Jenny, who happened to be a very similar age to myself, 14 years old, that she had a Bible verse on there, her favorite Bible verse at the time, which was?
Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength.
That's right. And so I looked at that and I said, wow, another Christian, because if you post a Bible verse, that means that you're a Christian. Yeah, that's just the way it works, right? Sorry for the bells. We have a very loud cat that wants to make his presence known.
Yes.
Hi, Toby. So, in any case, I instant message her, and I'm like, hey. And so...
ASL?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Alright. I'm trying to tell the story, and you're making me laugh. Alright.
ASL. Okay, it stands for age, sex, location, so... You put your age, you put your male, female, or you put, and then you put your location.
Right.
Whatever that meant.
Right.
You could put state, you could put city. I never put a city because that
Stalkers.
was kind of scary.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, yeah.
So we start instant messaging each other, one-on-one. And, you know, we're just kind of making small talk back and forth, and then Jenny had to step away for a second, so she said, BRB. And I'm looking at her profile page, and it had the Bible verse and everything, and then it also said, I was born with only half a heart, and then in brackets it said HLHS, which in a previous episode we talked about Jenny's heart condition, and that HLHS stands for?
Hypoplastic left heart syndrome.
There you go. But I thought to myself, I don't know what those letters mean. But then I thought, oh, that's sweet. She's looking for her other half. So when she gets back, I say, hey, your profile's really cute. She says.
Why?
So I tell her, you're waiting for your other half. You're looking for your other half. And then, you know, she looks at it like, what? And then she realizes, oh! So then, how do you respond?
No. I said, I was literally born with half a heart. And what'd you say?
I read that and then I typed back, no, you weren't.
Because he's very smart, see.
See, I was a freshman in high school. We had health class. We just went over the heart. We spent like half a week on it. And so I was like, I'm practically a cardiologist. Like, I know what you mean.
You have to have 4 chambers to live.
That's what the book said.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her, like, no, you need all 4 chambers. You can't have half a working heart. And then you.
I said, actually, yes, you can. I've had numerous surgeries and I have a pacemaker. And kind of told him a little bit right off the bat, you know, like, that I'm one of the oldest survivors of this condition and, you know, so.
Yeah. So, you know, she'd tell me all this stuff, and it'd be kind of a weird thing to make up. So I'm listening to her, and I'm like, wow, this is...
Listening?
Whatever.
Reading.
I'm reading this, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And then she sends me a picture, and I'm like, and she's cute! I remember what the picture was. She was holding onto a light pole, and she was wearing white overalls with a pale yellow short sleeve top.
Wow, I can't believe
Her
you
hair
remember
was
that.
about shoulder length, maybe a little longer, curled. So, not like perm, but like curls. So, she looked really cute. And so, I'm like, wow, this girl's really cute. And so, I'm like, I had to keep in touch with her. And what made this a little more complicated was Jenny was in a chat room. I was in a chat room. Neither of us were supposed to be in that chat room.
Correct. Both of our parents were like, don't go in there. And that's like the first thing we did.
Yeah. Mom, Papa, I'm sorry for disobeying, but I'm not sorry for the result. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad.
So we ended up talking a lot on weekends and email and, you know, and that kind of thing. We learned the beauty of what calling cards were,
yes.
you know, down the road. But I just started to fall in love with Jenny. We just started talking for hours and hours and hours. And I was just like, this girl's amazing.
Then we met in person in October of 2000.
Oh, you're fast forwarding. We got to talk about June.
June.
Yeah, when you asked me.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. So, preface this, you know, talk was getting, you know, very personal.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I made a move first. You know, I told Jenny that if we lived closer, I would have asked her out on a date. At the time, she was taken, but it wasn't long after that she was no longer taken. So then, Jenny asked me, what do you ask me?
Would you be my online boyfriend?
That's right. I read it like online boyfriend, and I knew what she meant. So, I thought, you know, in case some of you were thinking like, you know, oh, like online boyfriend and like her Wednesday boyfriend, her Saturday boyfriend, her Valentine's Day.
I meant a committed relationship.
That just so happened to be online.
Yes.
So I said yes. We had a long distance relationship because I lived up in the Bay Area. She lived, you know, where we are now. So, in any case, we had an online relationship, and then now we can go to October.
So yeah, we were just talking the first few months, hours upon hours, and then there was a chance for us to meet in person. So Nick's cross country team came down for one race in LA. They were allowed one big race where they could travel, and that was in October. So
October 20th, 2000.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who did do cross country and are in the area, you would know that the race that we're talking about is none other than the Mount Sac
Invitational.
Invitational, yeah, biggest cross country race in the country. So,
Yep.
and so I didn't know all that. Like, it was my first long distance, like far away race. So I told Jenny in our high school, and here's our colors, here's our mascot. You can't miss us, right? I thought, how big can it be? I didn't know
It
there'd
was
be
huge.
10 to 15,000 runners there. And my high school had a very common name and had a very common mascot. So I looked around
With
like,
common colors.
well, yeah, I guess you're right on that one.
There was like 6 colors, 6 of the same colors, at least.
Yeah, back then basics were more in. Today it's more like neon is big. Anyway, and so I'm like, she's never gonna find me. She found me in like 15 minutes, maybe. Barely tried, and you found me.
I had to beg my mom to take me. That was really interesting and funny. Funny now, but
Not so funny back then.
no.
No. So
I had to tell her that I had fallen in love with this boy online and I wanted to meet him. And yeah, so she didn't take that very well. I don't blame you, Mom. But yeah, once she met him, you know, she loved him too. So
Oh, thanks.
and hopefully we'll be able to talk about that later in another episode.
Yes, actually. Yeah, very soon. Well,
Don't say soon.
Let me. Yeah, you guys know when I say soon. At a later date.
Yes.
In any case, we met, you know, in person October 20, 2000. And I still remember what she wore that day. But yeah, it was, oh. And I remember the look, like when I'm looking, because we're on a hill and I look down and I see that she's looking up at me. I remember that moment is etched in my brain. And by the Lord's grace, I hope I never forget that moment in my life. So, I walked down to her, and you ask.
Are you Nick?
And I have been preparing for this moment. I thought of
Rehearsing.
like 5 different cool things to say, right? Like suave. They all went out the window as soon as I heard her voice, and I
Are
was
you Nick?
and I just thought in my head, I'm like, I am, like I am, you know. And so I gave her a big hug, and in my head, I'm like, I am, you know. So,
Oh man.
yeah, but that was a beautiful day when we met in person. Of course, I had to go back home. That was
Well,
heartbreaking.
our first kiss was that day.
Yes, it was. My first kiss ever. She's the only girl I've ever kissed.
I wish I could say the same.
Well, you haven't kissed another girl.
Oh my gosh. That's not what I mean. Yeah. So, where do we go from here?
Well, since we were in high school, you know, we was
travel back and forth.
travel back and forth. Yeah, about every 3 to 6 months.
High school dances.
Yeah.
But we're kind of skipping ahead because I want to take this time to show this
Yeah,
box.
that was a good time. Here, let me lift it up.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna hold it. This is a box.
This is a box. Good.
It has all of our history in it. So it has every single card that Nick has ever given me. It has every single poem. It has my prom corsage and lots of other things in here. But so I went to visit him for the first time in December of 2000.
Yep.
And yeah, he gave me this promise ring that I still have today. So, but yeah, there are many things in here. But yeah, it's a precious heirloom for sure that I hope keeps growing.
Yeah, it is.
It started small, like that big, and it grew to this, so.
We are going to be in the market for another box.
Very soon.
Yeah.
This one's getting full, so.
Yeah. So throughout high school, yeah, it was a long distance relationship, and you know, then it was time for college, and
He moved down for me.
I moved down for her. Went to UC Santa Barbara, go Gauchos, and while there, I was able to see Jenny, you know, pretty much
Almost every weekend.
yeah, almost every weekend, which was wonderful.
Yeah.
And it was not long after I finished classes in college.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the first time you had to. There was kind of a scare in
Sure.
college. I think that's
Sure.
important, yeah.
Yeah, it was my sophomore year of college,
Mm-hmm.
and
I was at the time in Santa Barbara as well, trying to go to Santa Barbara City College, and I didn't have a license, so I was walking everywhere, up and down hills, and I was working part-time and going to classes, and so I ended up overworking myself to the point of ending up getting sick with walking pneumonia, and I was having really bad arrhythmia with it, and it was the first time that Nick had to come to my rescue without my parents being able to be there right away. They did eventually, you know, get there as soon as they could. But yeah, you want to take a little bit about that experience for you?
yeah, so it was on the one hand scary, just because I'm thinking, you know, obviously with Jenny's history, and then going to a hospital that didn't know her, being at Santa Barbara Cottage.
Yeah.
Cottage, yeah. Versus UCLA.
Yeah.
Granted, it wasn't a heart-related issue per se, but still, it's just comforting to know that all of her doctors would have been there if it were UCLA.
Yeah.
so I kind of had to be the expert on Jenny for the first time. I was blessed that Jenny's mom coached me a lot before that, so I knew what to say to doctors and just kind of things to be on the lookout for. But yeah, on the one hand it was scary. On the other hand, I don't know if I could have been more prepared. So through it all, I was still freaking out, but at least I wasn't just, you know, a whimpering mess in the corner of the room, just saying, "Here, take care of it." Well, I don't know, it's not good. You know, so.
Yeah. But eventually my mom did get there, and the nurse was like, "He needs to leave," and she said, "No, he's staying here. He needs to watch everything that goes on, and you know, he's planning on marrying her, so he's going to be her caretaker pretty soon here." So, yeah. And then we got married.
Got hitched.
We got hitched.
July 14, 2007.
Yeah.
That's right. So.
We're celebrating 13 years this year.
That's right.
We danced to "You're Still the One" by Shania Twain at our wedding.
And you are still the one.
Aw.
In fact.
Aw, shucks.
I would show you this far up close, but you know we don't have a cameraman. Our budget doesn't allow for that. So, for our 10-year anniversary, Jenny got me a brand new wedding band, and it has jewels that are the color of the one of the colors of our wedding, the male side.
Okay.
And engraved on the inside in cursive, it says, "You're still the one." And so I love this ring. So yeah, and part of the reason why I wanted to bring all that up is it's funny, we were trying to figure out even where to shoot this video. And despite our colors, like, well, we're going to wash out things like that, we both decided, no, we're going to do it here anyway. Because behind us, this is a gift from our cousin a few Christmases ago. She found these pictures of us that we posted online.
She rated our Facebook.
Yeah, she totally rated it.
And
She made a collage of
this is actually a blanket.
our marriage.
And I didn't want to use it as a blanket. I thought it was too beautiful, so we needed to display it.
Yeah.
In our home. So it's a little bit of our history. So
That's right. Everything from about
we were 15 here, 17 here.
16 and 17 here
Yeah.
in the corner. To the most recent would have been,
Probably this one.
yeah.
That was a few years ago.
Only a
so-
few years ago, yeah.
But yeah, so.
And so we just wanted to post this to really celebrate, honestly, all that the Lord has done
Yes.
in this time.
He has brought us through so many storms, and
Yeah,
yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
same.
We're stronger because of all He's done in our lives.
Right.
Mhm.
And even then, you know, sometimes it's good for us just to even sit and watch this together.
Yeah.
To be reminded that the Lord has done so very much for us. He's taken us onto mountaintops and He's brought us through valleys, but through it all He's been there every step of the way. So we have a sign in our bedroom actually that says marriage takes three. That it's a covenant between three, not two. And we need that. We need to be reminded of that a lot. So, honey, happy 20 years of knowing you.
Happy 20 years. Here's still like 50 more.
Or like 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's possible.
Well, I dream big.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too.
Mm.
So, all right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for us today. We just wanted to put that out there for you. Feel free to share it wherever you like. Go ahead and like it, subscribe, so that Lord willing, when we post another video, you'll know that it's there. So, and be sure to check out our website, which is lovingaBrokenHeart.wordpress.com. So, thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.